It was tough growing up in Tottenham, but I believe tough times create great people. Some of my childhood friends are unfortunately not around with us today. A lot have actually passed away. A lot are in jail. I went to the university for agriculture. I was the only black student there. Well, I graduated, but I didn't have many opportunities to continue farming afterwards. So I am working as a full-time carer at the moment, while still trying to pursue my passion. As a black person in the UK, there is a bit of a stigma that farming isn't a profession that you're supposed to be doing. It's an interesting but lonely journey in life when you try to change what you're doing and who you are. I feel by being around nature and appreciating all the different colors, all the different patterns, there's a certain peace that is unexplainable. I plan on opening my own organic farm, hopefully in the coming year.
When I get up in the morning, it's the first place I want to be, here. It tends to make me feel like I'm at home, like I'm Jamaica. I have that feeling. So I come out of my house and I come sit here, rain or shine. Even if it's raining, I enjoy it even just as much. My main subject is to grow vegetables, exotic vegetables, and most of vegetables from the Caribbean, like Jamaica and all the other Caribbean islands. It makes me feel like I've achieved something, really. In the horticulture, you'll always see the television programs like Alan Titchmarsh and all those famous people. They grow all these flowers. They're flowers people, and they might grow a couple of courgettes and tomatoes, but let them try and grow chocho. I was lucky to get my allotment here years ago, but it's really hard for young farmers from the city to find space to grow. I met a young man the other day from Tottenham. His name is Chris. Like myself, he's been struggling to find space for commercial farming business.
My parents had an allotment here.
Over here?
Yeah, in the early 90s. This was one of the places where I fell in love with nature, fell in love with the whole aspect of gardening. To be back here, it's really just inspired me to find some land of my own so I can start a farming business. Hopefully do something in the future with an allotment, with a greenhouse.
We're mainly just, we all wanted to have like a growing space. Like a lot of us don't have access to that, and then if we got growing jobs, it'd be like working for someone and you'd just be growing for like a restaurant or like middle class customers, and that kind of limits also your learning to like have a space where we could like share and harvest loads of delicious food and then for us to grow together. You know, it's something that humans have been doing for a really long time, and continuation of that, so it kind of makes you feel like all this stuff I get angry about and I feel worried about, it's also okay because I'm taking part in like almost a ritual, so I think it can like ground me in that way, and I think that's why everything I'm doing, I want it to be around land.
Nobody expects to see, let's say, a black person out here. Farming is the most diverse profession in the UK because most of the farms are passed down from generation to generation. With the locals calling the police 3 times, this was picking corn, and the assumption was we are stealing. I come from Zimbabwe, where I grew up eating white maize. Came over to the UK, nobody knew what white maize was. And I was very eager to continue eating white maize, but it wasn't available. So from there, I started doing trials of growing white maize in my back garden. And after a while, I succeeded growing white maize in my back garden. And from there, I started looking for land to grow white maize commercially. And it was difficult for a start, but eventually I managed to. And I started with something like 10 acres. But now we've got way over 150 acres of white maize. That's in the UK. The world is changing, and the farming industry is going to change as well.
During the COVID lockdown, that's when I made the decision that I definitely need to start my own farming business. Yeah, so there is a huge problem with acquiring the land. So it's generational, it's all generational. And so someone from London, you won't even have access to that. Aquaponics, I would suggest it to be a good option, especially in the city, is because A, the land is very scarce. Aquaponics is a system that uses no soil, and instead it actually gets nutrients from water inside a fish tank. This is then filtered and fed through a gully pipe to the plants, and the water is then recycled in the whole system. Well, Robbie is trying to help me get a growing space at a place called Wolves Lane, and this is near his allotment. So I've pitched my aquaponics idea to the people there, and I should be hearing back from them very soon. I got some bad news at the moment. Unfortunately, I've been speaking to the people from Wolves Lane, and at the moment they can't accommodate what we're trying to do. They're not ready for this new kind of farming with aquaponics, and they don't seem to understand it.
Oh, that's terrible, man.
Yeah, I know, it's terrible, man.
So what's the plan?
So I'm thinking of sort of different options, different ways to sort of move forward.
Obtaining land, like a farm or something, it was so difficult on my own. I can't. Before you start selling the chocho to outlets, you need good supply. At the moment, most I could grow here is about maybe 500 or something like that. And to be able to start them supply to Sainsbury's and things like that, you need thousands. So what I've done, they've called a thing called Rootsmore Land. That's everybody I know who's got a garden and not using it. Just call the Rockstone Garden and we will come along, grow up everything in your garden so we could teach you to grow as well, and then you could help supply our stores and things like that with what we grow from the Caribbean. As a matter of fact, even my next door neighbour, my next door will tell me that's a wonderful idea.
I've had to think creatively around the difficulties of obtaining land. At the current moment, the option I have was to set it up at home. And so I was able to use my back garden. We cleared out the back garden, took all the measurements, the space.
So when you told me about, Mom, do you know about this farming without soil? I said, farming without soil, are we crazy? What farming without soil? How can you farm without soil? It's not the best place to do it, but this is what we have. It's not been easy. Things didn't go the way he wanted, so he ended up coming here. I said, fine, support him. 100%, 200%. He's working at the same time doing this. It's amazing how he does it.
So you start from there, Chris, wherever you could start from, but you could only go so, and higher and higher, and you will go there. But you start from your back garden, they can't hold you back. The people got the funding and they want to help you, and they refuse to help you, you show them.
No, that's it, man.
Yeah, you'll get the funding and you'll get somewhere.
No,
so continue to do your work. Don't give up.
Yeah.
Respect, Chris.
No, that's it, man. I appreciate
All right.
that.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime. Showtime! Gotta welcome you all to the Crichton Road allotment. It's our year-to-year annual barbecue party hosted by yours truly, Didi Robin. This year, we have something very special for you all. So it's showtime, so what I want you to do for me is make some noise for the allotment band! They're here today, the allotment band in the place, yes man!
I say thank God. Thank God we've got an allotment. I say thank God. Thank God we got this allotment. Work the bucket watering night and day. Cause if you don't water, the plants die straight away. Without water, the plant won't live no way.